Welcome back. Today we're making an overnight French toast casserole. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1 pound of French bread that I have cut up into 1-inch cubes to a 9x13 pan. And then I'm going to prepare my egg mixture. It's like a custard. I'm going to add 8 eggs to this, and I'm going to do these one at a time. And once I'm done adding the eggs, I will stop and wash my hands. I never handle raw eggs without washing my hands afterwards. And then to the eggs, I'm going to add white sugar. You could use white sugar and brown sugar, but I'll use just plain white. And I'm using a 3/4 cup in my eggs. And once I've got the sugar added, I'm going to go ahead and add milk. I'm adding 2 cups of 2% milk. You could use skim or whole milk, whichever one you prefer. And then I'm also going to add 3/4 cup of heavy whipping cream. Now this is going to be very, very rich. If you want to cut down the richness, you could replace it with half and half or just plain milk. And then I'm going to add a couple teaspoons of vanilla extract. And then I'm going to whip it. And I'm going to whip it. And I'm going to whip it. I'm going to whip it good. And this is a great way to get your frustrations out for the day. And once that's done, I'm going to go ahead and pour the custard mix over my French toast or my cubed French bread. And I'm going to stir this really well. I want to make sure that I get all of the egg mixture in there. And then I want to make sure all of the bread is coated well. Now I did spray my pan with nonstick spray prior to putting the bread in. And I'm just going to stir that and stir it and stir it. And once I've got it all stirred, I'm just going to smooth it out. And then I'm going to prepare the topping. And I'm going to use 1/4 cup of white all-purpose flour. I'm going to put that in a small mixing bowl. I'm going to add to that 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And once I've got that added, then I'm going to add to that 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. And once I've got that in there, I'm going to give it just a real quick stir to mix up the dry ingredients. And once that's stirred really well, I'm going to go ahead and add to that my butter. Now I did shred my butter. If you freeze your butter a little bit before you're ready to shred it, it'll shred easier. And this makes it easier to crumble it up and make the crumble topping. So now I'm going to cover my French toast casserole with plastic wrap, and I'm going to refrigerate this at least 12 hours or overnight. And I'm going to go ahead and cover up the topping as well and refrigerate that. And then when I'm ready to cook it, I'm going to preheat my oven to 350 degrees. I'm going to spread the topping on top of the French toast. And then I'm going to cover this with foil. And I'm going to bake this for about 30 to 40 minutes. You want to make sure that when you cut a knife into it, it comes out clean. Then you know it's cooked through. And this is almost like a bread pudding, but it's a little bit different. And this is really great. I like to serve mine with just a little bit of maple syrup, but it's good plain as well. And there you have it. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a great day. This video, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more from me in the future, hit that subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you know when I post new videos. I'm going to hopefully eventually get on a regular schedule, but right now I'm not. So hitting that notification bell is your best bet. So I love breakfast. Breakfast is one of my very favorite things in the world to eat. I eat breakfast every morning. Sometimes it's just cereal, but a lot of times I'll make myself a breakfast sandwich, a homemade egg McMuffin, or a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, sausage and cheese, egg and cheese, sometimes waffles, sometimes French toast, but I definitely love breakfast. It's one of my favorite things in the world to eat. So I also love to make breakfast for dinner. It's always a real big hit in my house, and so I decided to try a new casserole. I love this casserole. It's quick, it's easy. You can make it the night before, or you can make it the morning before you're gonna cook it if you make it at night. It's really rich and decadent. It almost tastes like a dessert, so I definitely would suggest you serve it with some sort of breakfast meat, sausage or bacon or ham and or eggs to kind of cut back on the sweetness. So you want something a little bit savory with it, but it's so good. It's really easy to make. Now, I serve mine with maple syrup, like the fake maple syrup. I like real maple syrup for baking purposes. But if I'm going to eat pancakes or waffles or French toast or anything like that, I like the fake stuff. I know I'm strange, but that's just my personal preference. Do you eat breakfast every morning? If you do, what are your favorite breakfast foods? If you don't, do you like to eat breakfast for dinner? Let me know in the comments down below if you eat breakfast every day. Let me know your favorite breakfast meal. And also let me know if there is a breakfast casserole or a recipe that you'd like me to make. As soon as I can get my backlog of videos uploaded, I'll definitely take requests. So I hope you guys have a great day. And remember, not every day is good, but there's always something good in every day. And I'll see you next time.